audience in Israel for customer success. In my 20 minutes today, I'll speak about the journey, about the last almost 6 years. And for me, the goal of this presentation is to share with you our success stories, our failures, and also what's next. So I'll try to cover as much as I can, and I'll be happy also to help anyone with any questions after. So a little bit about AppsFlyer. We are providing marketeers with mobile app install attribution, and a month ago, we released people-based attribution. So we are actually the mission. Sorry. Okay. So the mission for AppsFlyer, the long-term mission, is to be the marketeer platform. Just a little bit about so. In mobile app install attribution, in the last 7 years, we conquered the market, and we are now leading the market with over 70% market share. We operate in 29 markets, and we lead all of them. And here I just show some top-tier customers in all verticals. So gaming, e-commerce, social and entertainment, travel, finance, security. We're a global company. We grew to be, we just yesterday, we grew to be over 600 people in 15 offices. And we measure for our customers over 19 billion in ad spend annually. And the most remarkable insight for me is that our technology is available on 8.4 billion mobile devices today on a monthly basis. That was about AppsFlyer. Now, a bit about our journey and I'll start with the team. It's a great story. It's a great journey, and I tried to simplify it as best as I can. So we started in October 2013 in Herzliya as 2 customer success managers, and we did mainly inbound sales. It wasn't really customer success. It was lots of inbound leads, and we tried to convert them to customers, and from that, we started the customer success practice. 7 months after, we were already 4, and already supporting customers in Hebrew, English, and Spanish, while already working with other markets, including Asia, including China. In 2015, we're already 18 customer success managers in 5 offices. And we now support markets both locally and from headquarters. And we don't need to wake up early or stay up late to support our customers in the US. Then in 2016, we're already 31 customer success managers in 8 offices. And here, and I'll speak about it later, we started an enterprise role. And I'll speak about it more later. In 2017, we're already 51 customer success managers. In 2016, in all, we hired 23 customer success managers, and we only had 3 churn. In beginning of 2018, we were 70 customer success managers, and here we're already focusing on customer success fully. No more inbound sales. And today, and I updated the slide yesterday, We are now 107 customer success managers worldwide. And in September, we crossed $100 million in ARR. So a little bit about the team. So some takeaways. Hire the right talent. So for me, maybe the main recommendation about hiring is hire the person, not the role that you're looking for. Opportunistic hiring, that's also very, very important for me. At least 50% of my hiring is opportunistic. I'm meeting people and I don't necessarily have a specific role for them or there's no specific match for them. But I think that the most successful hires are opportunistic hiring. As Lincoln said before, so customer success is the growth arm of SaaS. And we should say that over and over again. That's for me, that's really important. Think bigger. As you saw, 107 people, and we're hiring 50 people more this year. Think bigger. And promote from within. So today we have 23 managers within our teams, and 19 were promoted from within. So we definitely practice that. And now I want to touch a little bit about our tools. So this is, when I joined Upstart, this is the stack that I got. So I don't know who know Highrise, but if you don't, Google it. That was our CRM when I started. And that was pretty much it. That's very simple. We had Gmail. We used mainly Google Hangout for customers, video conferencing. And we used Asana for task management. 3 years after, we're already heavily using Salesforce. Salesforce is our source of truth. We started in the end of 2014. We're using Slack inbound. And we're using Tatango for early warning system. And we're using anything that our customers wants to use in order to communicate. We mainly use Gmail, and we sync all our incoming and outgoing emails with Serious Insight to Salesforce. And we started using Zoom. Today, and the size of the logo is the size of the usage. Today, Salesforce is by far as I said before, our source of truth, and we are using it for anything, including platform enablement. We're heavily using Asana for task management. We're using Guru for internal knowledge, Exceed for training, Looker for early warning system, onboarding, and adoption, Troops to enable workflows from Salesforce to Slack, and I can touch that if anyone wants later. Zoom is now our primary tool, and we use it with most of our customers for communication, instead of a few specific markets that still wants to use WeChat and QQ and TikTok. Some tools takeaways. Salesforce. I don't know any good alternative for Salesforce today. If anyone has, I'll be happy to hear. So as soon as business starts, I would say implement Salesforce. Have a dedicated BI development team. One of the things that worked really, really good for us was that we built a dedicated BI team that is not related to R&D or engineering from the very first moment. Own your tools. So you should own procurement. You should own the budget. You should drive your tools. Don't be afraid to test new tools, and we'll speak also about it later. Don't be afraid to remove tools. Set goals for what you want to achieve. And I think it's really important when somewhere in your scale, you should have a strategy and operations team. So I'll start with a few success stories. And I just added a nice quote here: failure is success in progress. First, what is customer obsessed, and why are we all wearing these customer obsessed shirts? So for us, and I think I'm really fortunate to work for a company that declared it's customer obsessed. But what does it mean? So first, and it's really important, and it's one of our main values, is that our customers are in every decision that we make. So whenever, and it's not not only in customer success, also in product and in engineering, when we think about uh, what what we want to do, or is it something that we should invest in? So we think about the customer. Second is the abstract experience, and that's driven from customer success. We think in everything that we do for our customers, with our customers, we think about the abstract experience. How will they feel about our delivery? Over deliver, and that's again in every action I mentioned here: onboarding, QPRs, and level of engagement. I just got an insight today that on average we touch our enterprise customers around 5 times a month, and I'm very proud of that. Wow moments. So about, and not all the photos loaded, but we think about how can we wow our customers, and whenever we can, we try to do that. It can be with over deliver, and it can be with those wow moments, and maybe I don't have my presentation notes here, but I wrote to myself to say in this slide a small nice story. So usually we send cakes, and we send so many cakes every year, but we have a new customer. There are customers with us around a year and a half, Fortnite. They sit in Seattle, and when they raised $1.2 billion, we decided to send them a KPI of customer success. We thought about many things, and in the end, we said our focus is selling value. And here I completely disagree with Linkland. We are focused on value and value only. We are not commercial. Then we came up with the upsell indication. The upsell indication is after any interaction of the customer success manager with the customer, if we see an intent for the customer to, they are interested in a feature or they want to buy a feature, then we go to Salesforce and we open an indication for upsell. That indication is being linked to an opportunity, and if that opportunity is a closed one, then we get also credit. In the last 10 months, we drove over $40 million in upsell indications. In the beginning of 2019, we added the feature adoption indication, which if the customer success manager goes to a customer and see that they don't need the premium feature, they can still sell them a non-premium feature. And just in March, we drove over 500 upsell and feature adoption indications. My last point here is that we celebrate adoption and upsell equal. I only have 5 more minutes, so I'll jump on a few things, but directly connected to upsell indication is the right KPI and the right timing. So in the first 4 years, we were focused on hiring and onboarding, so we didn't have a KPI, and that's my best recommendations for you. So you don't have to be focused on KPIs. Solution architect, also known as strategic CSM. We started this role in 2016. This role was, um, for us, we decided that we don't want more than 2 different touch points with a customer. So sales and a CSM. So for enterprise customers, we added the solution architect or the strategic CSM. And since they are working, they're managing the pre-sale discussion, the POCs, the onboarding, and they have a longer relationship with the customer. We're not end-overing that account, at least for the first year. And we see great success in that. We have 3.5 more minutes, so I'll touch a little bit about the failures. So don't bury your failures, let them inspire you. So we make a lot of decisions. And some of those decisions are good. So we have many failures to look at. And I urge you all to learn from your failures. Scale faster. So we have few markets that we didn't scale fast enough. And as a result, we have CSMs handling too many accounts. They have on them too much ARR. But most important here is that they have a lot more that they should have VIP customers. And so the learnings from it is hiring forecast on a monthly basis. So we forecast, of course, on a yearly basis. But I urge you to look at your numbers every month. Opportunistic hiring, as I mentioned before, if you are interviewing opportunistically, you know more people, more candidates. Someone that you interview today may be a good candidate for a role in 3 months. And of course, dedicated talent acquisition managers. Those are the growth for hiring. Tools. A few times we've invested heavily in integrations and adoptions of tools. We didn't get enough value of those tools, and we didn't achieve our goals. Learnings, set goals for what you want to achieve, define timeline, assign a project manager or a leader, and get an outside opinion from time to time. So when I have a tool, usually I'm in love with that tool. So ask someone else if you are getting value out of it. Hiring. Hiring is also a failure. So if I hired 107 customer success managers, not including churn, of course I was not successful in hiring many others. So some I missed, some didn't sign, some didn't want to join, joined and left, joined and weren't a match, etc. So learnings, improve the hiring process. One of the things that we did to improve the hiring process, we are asking any CSM candidate to run a presentation in front of 3-4 people. Faster turnarounds, whenever possible, we can hire someone in 24 hours. And usually those are very successful hires. Headhunters, I'm using headhunters globally, and it shows fruits, of course. Sell better. The hiring manager, the VP, of course, but any hiring manager, you should help them in how to sell the company better, sell the role better. And improve opportunistic hiring. I touched that already lots of time. I have 15 seconds for questions or what's next. So I don't have time for what's next, but questions.
How many accounts does every CSM has?
That's a great question. That's actually what I wanted to speak about. Relationships is... yeah. So I'll touch that in 30 seconds. In 2019, I'm focusing on a framework that will enable relationships measurement. And it's not about how many accounts, and it's not about how much ARR. I agree with Lincoln on that. It's about how many significant relationships a customer success manager manages. Thank you.
Thanks, Ziv.